Good evening, everyone. Julie here, and welcome to tonight's video. This video is the 50 states of America, the people, the places, the history. I bought this box set at Books A Million, and it has flashcards and a little book that tells you a little bit about each state. Now, you may ask, Julie, why are you doing this video? Why are you doing this little series here? Well, one, I thought it was cool. And I love history, and I love the United States. And one of my bucket list things is I want to visit every one of the 50 states. And there's places that I don't know about in all the states. I want to go all over the place, not just one little area of the state. I want to explore every state eventually, one of these days. Hopefully, God willing, I'll be able to retire and do the visiting and traveling that I want to do. But that's my reason to learn more about each state, to get ideas from you guys when you watch the videos. I hope you'll share some ideas of places to visit in each of the states. So that's my goal here, just learning more about each state, but sharing it with everybody else, because you may have bucket list dreams about, like I do. But I also want you to know, we have one of the most beautiful countries, folks. Our country is beautiful. We have so much history, so much beauty, and there's so many places to see here. Who wouldn't want to go see Route 66? Who wouldn't want to go to the different national parks? There's so many of them, and each one of them holds something unique. Who wouldn't want to visit Alaska or Hawaii? Or maybe you want to go to the beaches of Florida or the coast of California. Maybe you want to go up in the Northeast and see where all our great history, where we started from. Things like Williamsburg, Jamestown, Yorktown, Gettysburg, Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. What about Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, South Dakota, North Dakota, Oregon, Washington? I mean, just there's so many different places to go. And each state has such beautiful places in it, folks. And that's the reason for doing this video. That being said, tonight's video is on Mississippi. And I've been there a few times because I live very close to Mississippi. I live in Florida. It's only a couple states over. So I get to go visit sometimes. Usually more the south end, not much of the north end. I've driven through the north end, haven't really visited up there very much. I think I'll take, one time I went to Laurel, because who doesn't like to watch Hometown, you know? And watch see all the beautiful places they've fixed up. Okay, so Mississippi joined the Union December 10th, 1817. William Faulkner said, to understand the world, you must first understand a place like Mississippi. And that is the card, the front of the card for Mississippi. Okay, now on the back of the card, it says, the abbreviation for Mississippi is MS. The nickname is the Magnolia State. The animal symbol is the white-tailed deer. Population is 3.0 million. Area is 48,430 square miles. It's in the Central Time Zone, and it's the 20th state to enter the Union. And the capital is Jackson. And there is the back of the card. Now, we're going to go to the book and read a little about Mississippi. And first thing I'm going to show you is the picture here on this page, and then the other picture I'll show you last, the one that's on the next page, okay? So the Mississippi Queen, by the 1830s, there were 1,200 Mississippi steamboats carrying cotton, rice, timber, tobacco, and molasses. Their boilers often exploded. But there is a Mississippi riverboat for you. I hope that, see, it tries to get on my face, or it always wants to focus on my face, but I want it to focus on that. So I hope that showed up for y'all. Okay, all right. Named after the country's most famous river, which winds down the western border of the state, Mississippi is epitized by steamboats, deep-fried catfish, blues, and country music. It is among the poorest of all states and has a troubled history, but the Magnolia State has nevertheless made a rich contribution to the country's cultural heritage, not least as the birthplace of Elvis Presley. As deeply Southern as you can get, It's deeply religious, deeply polite, and that deep southern drawl can take a bit of understanding, but that's Mississippi. Ain't nothing shallow about it. The food is rich and tasty, and the liquor is strong. It gets hot, it gets sticky, and beneath it all, there's always the hypnotic rhythm of the Delta blues. Colonism, noodlers, and mound builders. The Mississippi Delta occupies a large area of western Mississippi, while pine forest covers much of the remainder of the state. Along the coast lie the cities of Gulfport, Biloxi, and Pascagoula, protected from the Gulf of Mexico by the Mississippi Sound, and then by a number of smaller barrier islands. Though hurricanes remain a regular threat, Mississippi supports an abundance of wildlife, which is surprising given the locals' fondness for shooting it, noodling it from holes in the riverbanks, and eating it. Catfish noodling involves shoving your hand in a hole where the fish is, waiting for it to swallow your arm, then pulling it out and bringing it to shore. They'll do anything for catfish in Mississippi. The French were the first to settle along the Mississippi, building forts to serve as trading posts. Elsewhere, there's evidence of an ancient race of mound builders. These whose earthworks can be seen at sites like the Emerald Mound. Cultural melting pot. In the 19th century, the fertile land of the Delta became the site of extensive sugar and cotton plantations worked by African slaves, with Irish laborers drafted in to dig ditches and build levees to keep the land from flooding. The mix of Celtic and African cultures gave rise to the country of blues music, for which Mississippi is famous, and which later developed into rock and roll. Money poured into Mississippi. Goods were transported by the new steamboats and worked the rivers in their hundreds, and the wealthy plantation owners built large Greek revival-style mansions, which are a distinctive feature of the region today. The Republican drive to abolish slavery was a threat to their fortunes, so Mississippi seceded from the Union in 1861 and became a founder member of the Confederacy, with Mississippi plantation owner Jefferson Davis as president. The years following the war saw deep racial divisions and the persecution of black people, which led to the Great Migration, in which hundreds of thousands of Mississippi's African Americans left the state in search for better lives. With them went their music, which took root in cities like Chicago and Detroit. Today, the black sector of the population amounts to a little over 1/3, still living mostly in the Delta. And then the last picture, and this is the end of the reading, is antebellum Mississippi mansion approached by a long avenue of 300-year-old oaks. Go in the other direction, and this avenue leads you to the river. And that's the last picture. Mississippi is close by. Mostly, I know I said in the beginning I visited Laurel because I thought it would be neat to visit there, especially since I love to watch the show. But of course, we used to go to Biloxi a lot before we had gambling closer by. When the Creek tribe of Indians built their casino in Atmore, which is way closer to home for me. It's way closer for me to go to Atmore, Alabama than it is to drive to Mississippi. But that's when I started really going. We went. I didn't go a bunch, but we've stayed there and stayed at the casino hotels and visited. They have a nice little aquarium in Biloxi and all of that. So it's a really neat place too. It might be right there on the cusp of Gulfport and Biloxi where the aquarium is. So there's a lot of neat little stuff in there. And like I said, I've been to Laurel and I've been driven through there a few times, but all around in there. So it's a beautiful. There's beauty in every single state. So, but that's it. That's the video for tonight. That's all they have on Mississippi. So there's a lot of other great states around that, you know, that are just beautiful too. So I hope you'll keep joining me, that way that you can see where we're going next. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things. And don't forget, leave me in the comments. Where's your favorite places to travel? Where's your bucket list dreams? Give me suggestions on places that I can go visit in the future. That's one of the things I really would like to learn more of by doing these videos. But I thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out the other videos, like we are reading the Bible in a year in chronological order with the Bible recap for our guide. So that Bible recap series is on my channel, so make sure you check that out. I sell Avon, so I do some Avon videos every once in a while. We do Temu videos every once in a while because we order from them every once in a while. I do inspirational videos. We do some travel videos because I like to travel, and you know, obviously you can tell by this, but I've done some videos, especially the past couple of years when I really started getting into, hey, I want to video some things. And then when I got this new iPhone, I figured out how to finally use the iMovie that wouldn't work on my other iPhone. So I've taken some of the pictures of some of the places I've vacationed, like in Missouri and Washington, D.C., and some pictures from, or pictures from the videos in South Carolina, and let's see, I said Washington, D.C., Branson, Missouri, especially the Great Smoky Mountains and Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area, some from this area here in Florida, Northwest Florida, and you'll be seeing more stuff coming up. I did one of the Veterans Park here on the Pensacola Bay in Pensacola, Florida, so lots of neat little things you can see on here in the traveling world. I've done a few reviews on stuff, like I did the Chosen season 4, and oh, I'm so excited, y'all. Chosen season 5 is coming out the end of this month. We'll be able to start watching, or at least we'll start out with the movie theaters. And on Dr. Phil's, we've got issues. And of course, I am a guardian ad litem volunteer for the state of Florida, so I do child advocacy videos. It's very, very important. Please, if you get a chance, watch The Online Predators. Make sure if you have a child in your life, whether your own child, grandchild, niece, nephew, friend's child, whatever, make sure to check out those Online Predators video, because if they've got a phone in their hand, if they play online games, if they have access to apps or anything like that, they're in danger, and you need to know how to protect them. Thank you so much for watching these videos. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye-bye.